Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Five Houses follow-up session. My name is Sarah Blackburn, and I will be your host for today. We have an exciting morning or afternoon or evening planned for you, where we will get to hear from four of our students on a class or a course outline they've prepared. And then we've got four panelists or judges, you could say, who will listen to those presentations and give their feedback. So I am really looking forward to hearing from our participants. And when it's time, I will introduce you to them and what house they represent. But before we begin, I just want to say a quick hello and thank you to our panelists. So today we've got with us Javier Perez Caram. Hey, Javier. There he is. He is joining us from New York City, Three Jewels. And hey, Javier. Yeah. And Javier's taught with ACI and Five Houses before. You want to say a quick hello?
I just want to say hi. Hi.
Yeah.
Looking
Hi, and
forward to
thanks.
hearing you guys, which is
Yeah. Yeah, we're so glad you're here. And then we've also got our Director of Operations, Ale Hassel. Hi to Ale. Let's give Ale a wave. She will also be giving you feedback today. You want to say hi, Ale?
Hi, glad to be here. Thank you.
Yeah. And Ale helped create so much of the curriculum and the workshops that we did back in Phoenix, along with producing that event and many other things that she does at ACI and Five Houses. Then we've got the one and only Brian Mendoza, who is also a part of the ACI Five Houses team. Hey, Brian, you want to say hi real quick?
Hey everyone, thank you Sarah, thank you Ale and Javier.
Yeah, we're glad you're here. Brian is out in Taiwan and he joined our team. He does so much of the back end tech work. He also helps us with our operations, keeping things aligned. And he's seen many of your presentations already. And because Brian sees the slides that you send me. So he's had a preview of what you've prepared. And then we've also got our executive director, Tim, here. Um, Last I heard, Tim was repairing a pair of glasses. There he is. Hey, Tim, you want to say hi?
Hello, good morning, everybody. Very
Yeah.
excited to be doing this. And this is many of you don't know, but this really is the future of the five houses and bringing together ideas on how to create content for new people. And so I'm very excited to hear what you have to offer today. And, this is just the beginning, but we're very, very excited to see you all.
Yep. Sweet. So, those are all of our panelists, and they will be sharing your feedback on your ideas for the five houses. So, what I'd like us to do now is get ready for some presentations. Like I said, we've got four students who were with us in Phoenix or maybe have been helping behind the scenes to create this incredible project called the Five Houses. And what they have done is thought about a class that, or a course, sorry, a course that will serve people who are especially interested in their particular way of presenting the teachings through their house. And a reminder again, our houses for today that we'll look at are Classics House, the Samadhi House about meditation, Mountain House, which is retreat, and Staircase House. And with that, what I'd like to ask for the tech team now is if we can spotlight our first presenter. This is Alyssa Popa. There she is. Hi, Alyssa. It's great to see you.
Hi. Oh, I'm the
Hi.
first.
You are first. So, Alyssa
Okay.
is going to present Classics House, and I'm going to pass it to our tech team to get your presentation ready. Also, if we could get the timer. Alyssa, you have 5 minutes, and then
Hi.
our panelist
Yeah.
will give you feedback. And take it away, my friend. Thanks for being here.
Okay, so thanks a lot for this opportunity. We've been so excited when we find out that our project was um, is going to be presented to you. So thanks a lot for this opportunity. The title that we came up with is, as you can see, The Inner Game. And it's about how to win the battle in our mind. We all know that we have a big battle in our mind. And we thought um, to rewrite in a way that will make sense and will be, how to say, will rise some kind of excitement about for the people that we target to that it's in our target. So if we go to the second slide, who are the students or the target that we thought about, the audience. First of all, the course is meant to address a fundamental problem of the modern people today, which is mental overload and lack of meaning. And we put focus on young people, which can be professionals or entrepreneurs, ages around 30, 45, 50. They have some success, but somehow they feel unfulfilled. They are seeking for more meaning and in their life. As a mindset, they are quite results oriented, analytical. They are looking for authentic things. They want to be efficient. Also, they are curious to find out more about how the world is working. You know, principles that maybe they didn't find out until now. Oh, I need to move faster. Sorry. Okay, so the goal is that they are looking for meaning and mental clarity. Let's move on with the next slide. And here it's about the course. There are 6 stages. It's like a flow, like a journey, starting with diagnosis and the current state. We call calibrating the inner compass. So this is the stage where people start to know each other. What are their values? It's kind of, yeah, diagnostic stage. Then the architecture of causality. And here we thought about how we can translate karma in a way that they will understand it better, like responsibility, to take responsibility about their own life and how they perceive and how things are happening. The next stage is to transform meditation into brain training, to train our mind. The fourth one is about emptiness, deconstructing perceived reality. The fifth, resilience, transform obstacle into catalysts for growth and develop patience. And the last one, it's about leadership. And here we transform compassion into a model of leadership, self-leadership also, and altruism. The next one, very quickly. Here are the sources. So maybe we skip this one because of the timing. The format, each module will have around 20-24 core lessons. It will be a couple of, I think, around 2 months. Usually online meetings. So people will have possibility from different kind of contexts and geographical location to attend to the course. And it will be a blended model that has also video, also materials, group discussions, meetings, community, very, very important. And the last one, maybe a few seconds. It's about the results that we aim for. Yeah. So three big, how to say, competencies: mental clarity and focus, emotional resilience and stress management, and integrity in decisions and actions, which will be aligned with their purpose and the meaning. And this is very, 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 very shortly. Sorry.
No, that was great, Alyssa. Thank you so much. Can we all give Alyssa
Thank you also
emojis?
for
Yeah, your
your
claps.
patience.
No, this was great. I am so thrilled to hear your all's ideas, and I appreciate you presenting. It was really cool.
Thank
So
you.
yeah, I'd like to start with our first panelist. How about Brian? Can we spotlight Brian and set a 1 minute timer so everyone has a chance? And let's hear, Brian, what thoughts do you have for Alyssa?
Thank you so much, Sarah. I was expecting not to be the first one, but my seats pushed me to do it. That's good. First of all, I want to say thank you because this gave me a lot of ideas on what kind of content we can create for people outside in the world. The title was amazing. I was like, oh, that's something that I would definitely take myself. I would add a subtitle to say, to explain what's the actual battle that I'm fighting, because maybe
Yeah.
people don't know what's the battle about, or if there's even a battle in their minds. Another thing that I noticed one thing to improve would be that the title tells me about the inner battle in my mind, but the content tells me how to feel fulfilled. So maybe I lost the connection there in between those two. But overall, I loved it. Thank you so much.
Thank you also. Very useful feedback. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Thanks, Brian. Let's hear next from Ale. What do you have for us?
Thank you. Uh, the presentation was great, and the topics that the Romanian team by Alyssa proposed were really, really good. I like how they use our regular language, karma, and transform it in other words that it can be applied in many, many other areas, and that could expand a lot the audiences. Something that I would like to know more about is the content was really extensive. I briefly see that it was like you were trying to cover more than five foundation courses. Well, not all of them, but some of those materials in 2 months, 20 sessions. I think it was very ambitious. So maybe divide the models in more sessions that could be attractive. And also the audience, um, I think is again, I imagine that it could be also for teenagers, because in those age they are battling with their minds a lot, and it could plant seeds for them to the future. Thank you.
Oh, great point. Thank you also.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, Ale. Great. Let's go now to Javier, my friend. I'd love to hear what you have to share.
Hi, Alicia. Thank you so much for the presentation. It's really great. I'm not seeing a clock. Okay, I see a clock. 1 minute is so little. But first, the things that I like, I love the title. I love games. I think that life is a little bit of a game. So every time that we gamify anything, to me, it's attractive. I think the target audience is solid. It's people who really need this. Future leaders and current leaders are the ones who need to learn this the most. And so we can teach that to other people. Love that. I like the format. I do echo a little bit of what Ale just said. I do think that it might be too much content for the time. I would be more of like make less content for the time rather than make more time to fit the content. You can get three
Mm.
courses from this instead of one. Um, and then, so the result is great. However, I'm missing the transformation from the title that connects the result. Like as an audience, I'm not sure how I transform by going through it. I'm out of time. I hope that was helpful.
Yes, of course. Thanks. Thanks a lot.
Awesome. And now let's go to Tim. What do you have for us?
Marina, could you put up her sources slide? Because we didn't get a chance to see it. And
Yeah.
I'd like to see that, and I can fix the time thing. So whenever you get a chance for that. So thank you, Alyssa. I think you have a really good grasp of where you want to go, and I think the goals of the course. It's very clear to me that you understand what the Marina. Can you get her slide up, please? Thank you. um, I think you have a very good understanding of exactly where you want to go. The slide that says the
The
sources.
source. Yeah.
I think it's 2 slides down. That one. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so what I saw here, there's a tremendous number of sources, and this is what I'd like to suggest is that if you're offering a course like this in the classics house, and specific as a classics course, that that this is where you focus on letting us know, especially the students, that let them know that this is where it's coming from. Now, of course, we're able to offer courses without being 100% explicit about the sources. So what I wanted you to think about when you're offering this course, how are you presenting it to the students? Are you presenting it from an ancient sources point of view? And then saying, oh, and then these are the goals we're going to reach. or are you presenting it from these are the goals we're going to reach, and we're going to make, and all this material comes from these things, but we're not going to talk about it explicitly, right? So like it depends on which direction you want to come at it from. And
Yeah.
so that would be my feedback as you're developing more. But I think you have a very ambitious plan, which is what I heard from the other panelists too. And as you teach more, you'll recognize that this could be a year-long course, because each of those details, especially when you're trying to teach people how to apply it to their lives, you
Yeah.
know, they're going to need a lot more guidance on that as well. So very good job. Very impressed by this and looking forward to seeing more.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
All right. Thank you to our panelists. That was amazing. And Alyssa, again, great job. I hope you got some feedback, and that was really sweet to hear your course.
Very great feedback. Thanks a lot. 1 second. I need to point out also my colleagues, Alina, Christina, Juliana. So, yeah, thanks a lot. It's been a
Yeah,
team effort.
team effort. Great, great. Yes, so many minds and effort went into that. Um, Thanks, Alyssa. So, next up, we will have a presentation from Samadhi House, which will be with Janice Sanders. So, tech team, if we can have Janice get the spotlight or the pin. There she is. Hey,
Yeah.
Janice, how
Hi,
are
everybody.
you?
Good, good,
Hi.
good.
Good. Thanks for being here. And
Yes, moment.
I think you got the drill. We are really looking forward to hearing your ideas
Okay.
for Samadhi House. So, as our tech team gets your slides up, I will pass it over to you, my friend.
Okay, thank you, Sarah. And I want to thank Alyssa for her Mountain House presentation. It was really wonderful. And a lot of the same ideas flow into Samadhi House. So I want to welcome you all first. These slides are really weird, different than what I had. Okay, first of all, welcome to Samadhi House. I'm Janice Sanders, and together with Alex, Heidi, Anastasia, and Margie, we created a program that we could take out to the public to introduce them to meditation. And I guess that would be the title, Introduction to Meditation and the Benefits You'll Receive. So, this is really a different PowerPoint than I'd seen. So, but first of all, I'll just tell you, we have a target audience of all ages, but in our original plan, we set it for 25 to 40, ages 25 to 40. And the reason we chose those ages is because at the age of 25 or younger, they're just stepping into their careers, new work, new jobs. And then at between that, it's a family practice. You know, they're developing family life, and more stress comes onto them. And then later in life, they come to the point where they're maybe preparing for retirement or sending their kids off to college. It's all very, very stressful. So the course that we want to introduce is a stress reduction course that will also provide them with inner confidence and clear guidance. Because their jobs, their lives are very stressful. They have a lot of outdoor activities and things that they want to pursue. So they're also open to meditation. That's an important thing. We're targeting an audience that's going to be open to meditation because they want to change their lives. The course will be in person. We hope it's in person and possibly online so that we can work together to use a four-step plan to create partners to make our meditation strong. We do have sources. We're using ACI Course 3, Meditation Basics, and then a course that Geshe Michael taught in 1999 in New York City on how to practice. And then we're going to use a Mahamudra course, Two Worlds Side by Side, that Geshe Michael taught in San Francisco in 1998. And these are all found on the knowledge base. So we want to give our audience the promise that they're going to have a clear and measurable success with their meditation practice, something that they can measure in their life to see that their stress has been reduced. They're going to be able to reconnect with their inner guidance, meaning they're going to have confidence in their self and not look for outside sources to confirm their worth. They're going to have a stronger mental resilience, meaning when things get tough or people are angry at them, they're not going to respond with more anger. They're also going to gain a glimpse into their creative power, which that will result in being more capable to have good problem solving skills. They'll be able to have problem solving skills and be more creative at work, which we're hoping will allow them to have more time to do the things that they enjoy. So I like to think of this as a result refuge program where they understand the. Is there another slide? I think there is. Anyway, on that last slide, we'll start with our format is this. We're going to start with, oh yeah, there it is. We're going to start from the ACI course, teaching them the foundations of meditation, where they'll learn to have how to set up a safe place in their home where they won't be disturbed at a time that they won't be disturbed, so that they can have a continual meditation practice. And they'll also learn about the meditation posture. Then we're going to go to the preliminaries and how important they are because they clear out obstacles while watering the good deeds and seeds or karma that they've done so that they can have a really fruitful meditation. They'll also be instructed on how to bring someone that they admire or appreciate. They have qualities and bring that person into their meditation. The future self meditation is where they understand that their future comes from them. The world's not coming this way, it's coming from them. So we'll teach them the pen. And then we'll teach them Maha Mudra so they can learn how to focus on their mind. Then the movement of the mind is what creates their actions, words, and thoughts. It's going to create their future. So if they can learn how to meditate on it, they're going to learn how to create a positive future. So finally, we're going to go back in with them and have a follow-up practice once a week where we'll check in with them and they'll be able to ask us questions. We'll check on their meditation practice, and then we'll also give them a guided meditation. And that's where our 4-step plans come in. They'll be able to work with other students that they've met in the course that they'll be able to relate to and work together so that they can keep their practice strong. And the course is a 1-weekend workshop over 2 days because these people are busy and they don't want to commit time to something that they don't know about yet. They don't want to commit until they understand it's going to work for them. So that's our Samadhi House presentation. And I really think that we could bring this out to more than just our group, but we could bring it out to our communities. So thank you, and I'll see you in Samadhi House.
Awesome. Thanks, Janice. That was great. I'm so grateful you're here. And I know we were emailing yesterday, like, yeah, you want to help out. So I'm really, really grateful. So with that, to keep things simple, let's go in the same order. Brian, let's start with you. What do you have to share for Janice and those listening?
Well, first of all, thank you, Janice. I mean, not only you're my friend, you're also my teacher, so I'm a little shy to say anything at all. But I think in overall, I loved again the presentation. I would love to hear more about how new meditators can learn to meditate. Like what exactly should I expect as a new meditator to learn, like a step-by-step guide or something? Of course, you're not going to deliver the whole guide, right? Because that's part of the program, but probably like a draft or outline of what should I expect. I love the stress reduction focus part. A lot of people is stressed. And the thing is, not only business people are stressed, and we tend to think that way. Oh, we have to sell the course to business people because they're stressed. No, I'm a regular person with a regular job and I'm stressed all the time. So I think that should be a winner here. Thank you.
That's awesome, Brian. Thank you. Ale, you are up next.
Thank you. Wonderful, Janice. Again, I'm shy like Brian, but I will ready to share. When you were explaining your course, I really went out and see the potential groups of people who can be benefit of this course, and I saw how it can be applied in any culture, and that's the beauty of how you were presented, because it's not only like religious or hippies or business people, it can be applied in any culture. Something that to me that I was ready to buy the course, if you can say how will be the price, or how, because to me it was like, oh, it might be too expensive for my budget. That was one of the things that I got, but I thought it was really great. And I love how you also combined the techniques and also the terms like the pen mahamudra, so it was really well balanced in the techniques of the teaching. So thank you.
Lovely, lovely. Thanks, Ale. And let's go to Javier. You're up next.
Janice, nice to meet you, and thank you so much for sharing. It sounds like a very exciting program. I liked the intention of involving the 4 steps in the process. I'm a big believer in adding that to anything that we're teaching anytime, whenever they can collaborate. I love the outcomes that you guys have laid out. I'm an outcome-oriented person, so every time I see outcomes and potential results, my brain gets tickled. So my main feedbacks would be 2 days, 5 to 6 different meditations to beginner meditations to reduce stress. Sounds like a lot of content. Like I it
The
I
meditations would be progressive over the next 2 months, which I think I didn't mention.
okay. So see that I missed that. What I
I missed
heard
it
was
too.
in a container of 2 days, they're going to learn all these things. It sounded to me that's going to be more stressful than the stress that we would relieve. And also, I run out of time, but I'm still gonna say this. I'm also supposed to speak slowly for the interpreter. Sorry, but I think that I missed what I was gonna say. I'll just put it on the chat in a second. Sorry. Great idea. Just yeah, I felt that it was too much content for that space. But if it's 2 months, that's different. Oh, yeah, one thing, the clarity. One clarity on the topic. Is it beginners meditators or stress reduction? Both, it's not, it's hard to be convinced because I might need stress reduction, but I'm not a beginner meditator. Or I'm a beginner meditator and I don't feel stress, even though we all are. Sorry to take more time.
Thanks, Javier. All good. And Tim, you're up.
Hi, Janice. My feedback is going to be a little bit from left field, and it's more for everybody else to notice how I've known Janice for many, many years, and we started doing teacher trainings together 2017, I think, with the DCI teacher trainings. And I've seen Janice grow from a very shy, no, not like that, Janice. From a very shy, someone who lacks confidence and stumbled over her words to someone who's very, very clear, very confident, and has shown how the practice and can change you, and your presentation of the course you want to put together is amazing. I think it's wonderful. And I think everybody, just to see how much, you maybe didn't know Janice back in the day, but I knew her, right? And so to see how it's possible to change. So if you experience those kind of things and you're worried about it yourself, just have the Janice's tenacity, or better word for translators, her dedication and her just push through everything because she knew she had the capacity to do it, and Janice, you're a phenomenal teacher now. The only feedback I have is production feedback, really, is there's your background is wonderful, but the way the lighting is, it's sort of she there's something weird. So it's hard to, it's something with the camera, maybe it's dirty or something, but just to look into that, because that does affect the way the students, so that helped a little bit. That affects the way the students perceive you, even if everything else is awesome. If the production is slightly off, then they, it kind of just feels weird to the students. So great job, Janice.
I want to thank you guys for that feedback. I think I'm going to give feedback to the feedback because I think it was great feedback. I mean, all these things I can bring into it, and it'll be a much better program for that. Thank you.
Thanks, Janice. What a pleasure to have you and to hear your ideas. Let's give Janice one more round of applause and a big thank you. What a pleasure. All right. So next up, we have the Mountain House and a course idea coming. You got it from Venerable Sunam. So I am going to pass it over to you, Venerable Sunam, as our tech team pulls up your slides. Thanks for being here, and here we go.
Thank you, Sarah. So the course or the audience I picked is low-hanging fruit. Everybody who is already practicing and is curious to do their first retreat, and they want instructions how to do it. And the other way, the other target audience, and it fits very well with the course, is it's a mantra retreat, which is not covered by any other of the courses. And it's also a retreat which prepares for the Diamond Way. So as said, I'm going for the low-hanging fruit. I will say something for new audience at the end. Next slide, please. So I identified 4 modules. The first one is benefits of retreat. The second one is prepare for retreat in general. And I think that's important because we have a very clear instruction in our lineage how to do retreat and how to do proper retreat. So I think that's a very important one. Then how you prepare for a mantra retreat, and then finally do your retreat. Next one. The source is the Daily Practice course from Geshe. He taught it in 1998, and it's the Ganden Lagyama retreat. And I can only say from my own experience, I prepared with this course for a 3-month retreat early on when I started studying, and it has everything which you need to do retreat. The next one. So the format, I thought about 4 modules, which I already did in the modules. And I think the first one, benefits of retreat, is really that what we can use for teaser and ads to bring people in. And that can be online, everything which we need for advertisement. The second module is then prepare for retreat. I would do that online because people are really short on time, and to do that online would really save them just being away. Module 3 would be the prepare especially for the mantra retreat, learn the mantra, learn all the visualizations. And the second one is do retreat. And here we have really different option. We could do it online, live, in time. We can give them it online that they can do it in their own time. And we can also do in person, which would be the nicest and best from my experience. But depending on what can people do, how much time they have, when they want to do, I think we should offer this one really in 3 different modules to make it accessible. The next one. The course outcome is really that the people learn, as I said, how do you conduct a proper retreat in the 5-house lineage. They experience directly how it is to go deeper. And I think this is something you can only do in a retreat, and you need to experience it. I'm oftentimes lacking the words to describe what is the transformation if you go deeper in retreat. And then especially here with the mantra of the Ganden Lagyama, it's also to receive the blessings, to get them ready for Diamond Way. To summarize that, I personally normally use the words from Sweat and Tears to Bliss. I have seen hundreds of people, meanwhile, in Diamond Mountain, and also my own experience. The transformation you go through and how you come out transformed and shiny at the end of retreat is unbelievable and not describable in words. The next one. So the content is more or less the modules because we're running out of time. Yes, we do the schedule, we tackle Lung, how to do a schedule, how to sit, how to choose a location, how to do the visualization for retreat. Next one. The beauty of this is that we can pick module 3 and put in every content which you other houses and guys are more or less preparing. Janice, let's do a meditation retreat together. So you can just pick every content of the other houses and put it in at module 3 and make a lot of different retreats. Even if you want to learn meditation, if you want to go deeper into the Lamrim, if you want to study more in the classic house, you can really make it like a puzzle system and just plug it in. And I think also when we have then this experience, we can go further to attract new people in the sense of offer digital detox retreat, or you are at a major stepping stone in your life and need to make a decision, or you had a drama in your life and you want to process it. So I think there is also then, if we have the experience on how to do that, that we can go further and attract new students. Thank you. Time's up.
Oh, round of applause for Venerable Sunam. That was awesome. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so let's go in the same order with our panelists. And for the sake of time, I'm just gonna invite you all. Ale, after Brian finishes, just jump in and so on and so forth. And I pass it over to you, Brian.
Thank you so much, Sarah. Thank you, Venerable Sunam. I'm not sure if I can say the L word, but I want to say it. Great presentation. I think the thing that I love the most is the fact that you are providing a garden for all the other houses to come and say, look, you need us to boost your own house.
It's
That's
the other way
cool.
around.
I think it's interdependent, right? It works both ways, and I think that's the cool thing about it. One thing that I would do myself for the course is I would push for the last stage to be in person. Like I would take people out of their comfort zone. No online option. You just have to come, and then you will see the results, and you will never regret. And then be a hardcore German about it. So that's it for me. I think I love the whole presentation. I would take it for sure. And yeah, I think you did a great job. Thank you.
All right, it's my turn. To me, this is essential to have essential instructions to have in our toolkit. It doesn't matter which house do you belong or which is your job in what stage of your life you are. if anybody can learn how to do retreat and self balance, will prevent to have stress and have life crisis, etc., etc. So I think it's a great presentation, and I will disagree with Brian with this world of online. It's also really nice to have both options and have maybe the first level of retreat and offer online presentation, and then you will be so in love in retreat that you will go directly to a retreat center. It doesn't matter which part of the world the content will be offered. But I think it's important to always keep the door open for online. And thank you for bringing that beautiful practice of Gandhi Vayama back to the millennials. It's beautiful. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ale. Venerable Sunam, thank you so much for the presentation. I'm a big fan after we got to share the stage once in Kyoto, and this presentation is one of the reasons I'm a big fan. It's so well structured. The idea of the course is so clear. The target audience is clear. The modules and content and where it comes from, like I have like no piece of like I wouldn't change anything really. Like I love the from sweat and tears to bliss. It's such a clear path, and anybody who has done retreat can relate to that. It's fantastic. The modularity, like the thinking of like, wow, this actually serves all the other houses too. It's fantastic. Like it moved my heart. Like I felt so happy that you even went there to think this is not just us. This is for all of us. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
Great. So, Venerable Sunam, first of all, I love your background. I love the purple chair.
It's a real chair. It's not a background.
Well, that's what I mean. I know it's a real, what I mean to say is I love your stage setup here. I'm very sensitive to how things look. There's a pile of papers on
I need to move that.
Yeah, just from a little, I mean, sometimes it's nice to make it look lived in, but whether it's intentional or not, just to make sure what you're putting in your screen is intentional, right? The one thing I agree with all the feedback, very excited about the program. And the one thing I noticed, and maybe I misunderstood, is that you're trying to attract new people to come to retreat who haven't done retreat. And then you're like, hey, let's do some mantras. Let's do some Ganden Lagma. So I must have missed that a little bit, but it seemed to me that to make sure that your audience is already well versed in some practices before adding that practice in, because it's very intense, and I've seen people jump in right away. But that was just something I noticed, and it wasn't clear in the beginning to me who the exact audience was. And that's what I took away from it. And I think the program's phenomenal. So,
okay. Would you like me to say something to the audience?
Yeah, I think that'd be helpful. Yeah.
To clarify.
Yes.
So the audience for this first one would be really, as said, low-hanging fruits, more or less the community.
Okay.
And then if we have the experience with that one, then we can extend and create another one for new audience, like digital detox. You have a drama in your life. You need to make a decision in your life. So I think that for me, to be honest, that would come as a second step after that program. That's more or less the preview.
Right. Okay.
And this one, yes, really clearly for the community who already practices and studies. Yes.
Right. And the only thing I guess maybe I heard was if this was their first retreat. Is that what you were suggesting? This is the first time they were going to retreat?
Yeah.
Right. So I think that's what I heard. So I think just to be gentle with someone, if this is their first retreat, throwing people into a mantra retreat, I would do a little bit of mantra, but give them a lot more support around that.
I have not said that we are throwing them into mantra retreat. We would
Well,
kindly.
I know, but it's
Yeah.
it's more for
Thank you for
everybody.
the feedback.
It's more
Yes.
for everybody else
Yeah.
who's going to be running retreats.
Yeah.
Like times we want to give everybody everything in the kitchen, and sometimes it's nice just to give them a plate with a spoon is enough. Sometimes, so and they can get very deep as that. Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you all so much. Amazing presentation, Sunam. Another round of applause for her. Thanks to our panelists. It was great hearing that and having you. All right, so last but not least, we have our staircase house presentation, and I see her nodding there. Alina, hi. It's great to have you.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm happy to join you.
Yeah, all right. So it looks like we've got your slides up, and I will
Yes.
pass it over to you. Can't wait to
Yes.
hear.
So our course is mainly focused to support people going through challenging times, and people that have a busy life. The name is Practical Steps for a Happy Life, and we target busy people, of course, entrepreneurs, freelancers, people in leadership roles, professionals with busy lives that may be a lot of on which there may be a lot of pressure and mental stress, who have a lot of responsibilities, people who are working in busy environments, moms, people who are going through challenges in their personal or professional lives, people that lost their jobs and are struggling, people that lost a dear one, people with depression and anxieties, people who travel a lot, people who are going through challenges in their personal and professional lives. And the age is 1770, because we think this is a very general target audience that covers people that are struggling in a way or another. And we don't want to put too much limit to the age limit. We can go to the next slide. Thanks. The course overview. So we target 4 major areas: how to create an ideal life and create a glowing image, work with 4 steps, laws of karmas, 4 flowers, 4 powers, work on the pen and the concept of 2 husbands, and work on the ethical principles. The sources, we actually extract the information from some ACIs and DCIs, and mostly on correlations and on fundamental tools for working and practicing Dharma, but especially for beginners. And the format we propose is 3 months, 12 classes, so 1 workshop per week, weekly workshops. And the course outcome would be the students know how to plant seeds toward their goals, know how to apply for steps, and have better sleep. The second would be to collect receipts on how to deal with specific challenges, and get a list of practices and habits to implement in their lives. Also personal instructions for each student based on their individual needs and challenges. Also a community for them for supporting their practices. We call it Dharma Clinic. And 3, focus on what really matters: more calm and peaceful mind, more joy and in daily life, and less obstacles to change. And the next slide, we have 3 slides. Yes, the content. So first, we propose a personal mentorship, one-on-one mentorship session with each student and discuss about the most challenges and urgent issues to be addressed. Define together a list of priorities to focus on and a list of practices matching individual needs. Second, collecting of receipts on seeds and karmic correlations for handling different challenges and work with the basic tools. Three, community of practice, the Dharma Clinic. Create a group of practice where students will write each day what good seeds did they plant, if they did their top 5 practices, if they have any useful insights to share with the group. Four, small wisdom droplets, 50 minutes each class, focusing on introducing on topics such as 4 steps, small videos with basic presentation of the tools and everything, and the practices. 5, weekly workshops with the teacher, the trainer, to present different tools, concepts, practical advice, to have a fundamental common knowledge with the students to do their practices. Then percept 4 powers, 4 steps, and so on. Practice buddies and karmic partners. Study materials, working sheets. And I would also want this to be not just one teacher program, but a collaborative program with at least 2 trainers, because the one-on-one sessions take a lot of time if the group of the students is large. And the plan is to have 3 months for the beginning and doing an assessment by the end, and invite them to have a more steady connection in like a monthly subscription or a monthly, let's say, community of working together on the practices. And I work together with 3 very nice colleagues, Mira from Russia and Chloe, who is a Chinese lady who is living in US. So it was very nice to have such a nice group, international group. We enjoyed it very much working on this proposal.
Oh, amazing, Alina. Thank you so much. Emojis
Thank you.
and applause for Alina. And thanks for that great presentation.
Thank you.
And now we go to our judges, starting with Brian. You are up.
Thank you so much, Sarah. Thank you so much, Alina, for the presentation. There's a couple of things that I want to say. And the first thing that I notice is that the market that you want to focus on is very wide. And generally speaking, we don't want to do that because from a marketing point of view, we want to find a niche. These ideas are good for everybody, not only the market that you mentioned, even it's wider than that. We know that. So we better find a niche to grasp to it. And then that's the way that we enter the market. The second thing is I miss the flavor of the staircase house, you know? How is this different? Why do I want to attend a staircase house instead of a classics course, classics house course? And the third thing is that a lot of this sounded a lot like DCIG material. And we already have a DCIG. We don't need a new DCIG. We need 5 houses. We want to create 5 houses for the future, way better than any other thing that already exists. So that's my feedback, and thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, wow. Yes, I agree with Brian. I think if you can reduce the offerings and focus in one of the goals will be more accessible. And also, I I am missing what will be the result for all those people, like what will be the outcome after they do the training. And I think it was really nice presentation, but I will make sure that it's just in shorter um, shorter how do you say it? Offering. But thank you so much for working on it. Staircase house to me is the most difficult one because you can put all of them and create the steps for each of the programs, it might be challenging, but I think this is a great step for class staircase house. Thank you.
Um, Unmute, yeah, unmute it. Hi, how are you, Lina? Thank you so much for the presentation. I think I second what Brian and Alice said. I think that the proposal is huge and that your target audience is like, yeah, it's true that this can help everybody, but in my experience, both teaching Dharma and in business development, when you try to help everybody, nobody identifies with you. The way you address grief is different to the way you address anxiety, which is different to the way you address stress. And it's different when you do it to a 17-year-old and a 25-year-old to a 60-year-old. So there's something about language and reach that's going to get lost in something like this. So it's a good opportunity to actually get from this maybe 20 potential mini courses or 20 versions of this course where you can address each target audience on their language, but just start with one, maybe two. So it would narrow down who you're talking to. And it will also translate into the content in a way, because I love the content you have, but it does seem broad, and it is because you're not sure who you're talking to. Yeah, it's a good opportunity for tightening.
Cool. All of that feedback, I'm hearing all of it. I think, Alina, you have a really good sense of what's needed in a course, in a sense of what are all the elements that are needed to develop. Especially, like I saw, you have homeworks, you have like you're going through all the elements of it. And I agree with the feedback is that I would narrow it down to a smaller group of people who are specifically you're targeting, and then narrow the content a bit. And this is what I saw generally throughout all the presentations is I think everyone's trying to offer the whole kitchen first, and give people more smaller digestible pieces, especially in the staircase house. People have the idea of the staircase house is step by step. So and then the last thing that I saw, which we have to be extremely careful of, is that DCI material is they have a process of using royalties that you have to apply for and have to be teachers and things like that to be able to use their content directly. So one of the things in staircase or in any of the 5 houses is we're not able to draw from DCI material and life tools. However, in the back of the DCI manual, there is a list of ancient sources that you could go directly to those ancient sources and pull out similar ideas, but not use the life tools. Because as Brian said, look, we already have DCI. We don't need to teach those tools. DCI teaches them. Let's come up with our own life tools, which we call real apps, right? We call it ancient intelligence. Go back to that original source and then pull out new ways to teach them. So that's just a small comment for all of us, because many of us have gone to DCI events and we want to teach that, but they're a for-profit company and you have to apply to use the content and you have to pay royalties and all this other stuff. So just to be very, very careful around that. There are just kind of creating a little bit of walls. But
yeah, I didn't know that it's complicated with listing the source.
Yeah,
I didn't know we're separated from DCI.
Yeah,
only
yeah,
DCI.
and most people don't know, and that's okay.
Yes.
And but the idea is if you go to the ancient sources, we can pull from theirs and create different tools for people. So again, I think it was a phenomenal presentation.
Yes, thank you. The intent was to create eventually a community of practice. So basically, It's true that the target is large, but I want to have a large audience. I just want to focus on the people who really are going through struggling times and like that, and busy and struggling people mostly.
Yeah, and I think your intention is really beautiful,
Yes.
and I'm looking forward to seeing how it shapes out, like how these courses
Yes.
come.
Thank you very much.
All right. Awesome. One last round of applause to Alina and actually to all of our presenters today. I was messaging with most of you, actually all of you, all day yesterday, and I really appreciate you signing up, fine-tuning your slides, and receiving feedback from our panelists. So as we start to wrap it up, I just want to invite you to Kyoto. Tim also probably has a few things to share. Tech team, if we could get the Kyoto slide, we're going to gather again there, and we'd love if you could join us. Tim, did you also want to share any exciting things for Kyoto?
Well, what I want to add into that, Sarah, is that this is the movement towards the five houses, like doing this work, and what I'd love to see is that people started diversifying their sources. Like, Janice went into the knowledge base and she found some old teachings from like 1999, right? And they're powerful teachings that we can bring forward into the five houses and retool and remake and make relevant and accessible. And what we need is people like you to help us develop that content, because we can't do it ourselves. It's too much. It's going to get too big. And we're developing a process and a way to, this is what we're doing, is we're training you, haha, teachers, get it, to create the courses, so then you can be teaching them yourselves in the five houses. And so we're going to continue with these efforts in Kyoto itself, and we're going to be continuing with this moving into 2026. So if you can join us there, it's going to be an amazing event. It's also, it might be although we don't know when, but it might be the last event that we have with Geshe Michael before he goes into surgery. And it's going to be a 3 to 6 month recovery for him. So if you want to have a connection point with him before that, try to make that. We also have a monthly payments plan as available as well. So it can be possible that, if you don't have the money up front, we know it's expensive. Kyoto is an expensive place. And it's very much worth it if you can come. So, and if you're not able to come, and obviously we have our online program as well, which will be very, very similar in scope and content.
Awesome. All right. Well, with that, we hope to see you in Kyoto. Thank you so much for your, like Tim said, your participation and co-creation of the five houses. We could not do this without you and without your ideas. And the whole team really comes back to the table after every workshop and says, wow, did you hear what Alina shared? Or I got this feedback, and we are doing something really special, creating the next generation of teachers and practitioners of these incredible teachings. So thanks to all of you. Thank you to our panelists again, to Brian, Ale, Javier, and Tim. So nice having your feedback. Like I said, these presentations were awesome, and I can't wait to hear more of it. So that's a wrap for today, my friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Our next time we'll be together is in Kyoto. So we look forward to seeing you then. Maybe we can do all a big wave and an emoji. If you want to unmute and say thank you and bye-bye, you can also do that. And we'll see you soon. Yay.
Adios.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks,
Bye.
friends.
Большое спасибо. Thank you so much. Tante grazie.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.
Всем
Bye,
пока.
everyone.
Thanks, everybody. See you soon.
До встречи.
Thanks.
感恩感谢，晚安。